Hello, and welcome to the Killer Cuties podcast. We're your hosts. I'm Cassidy, and I've seen almost every horror movie out there.
And I'm KD, and before we started, I'd seen almost none of them.
So join us each week as I attempt to make a horror fan out of Katie.
As a warning, we will be discussing spoilers and some uncomfortable topics that may be in the plots, so feel free to check out the film on doesthedogdie.com first to check for any triggers before listening.
Today, we're going to be talking about the supernatural horror film starring Patrick Wilson and Rose Byrne, 2010's Insidious. Let's get spooky.
All right, should I kick us off with a quick summary?
Oh my god, I would like nothing more.
Okay. Married couple Josh and Renee Lambert have recently moved into a new home with their sons, Dalton and Foster, and their infant daughter, Callie. One evening, Dalton sneaks into the attic where he encounters a mysterious entity. The next day, he slips into a coma. 3 months later, with no results at the hospital, Renee and Josh take Dalton back home where they start to experience paranormal events that terrify Renee and ultimately cause the family to move. However, the supernatural events continue in their new home. Renee calls a psychic, Elise Rainier, and her paranormal investigators, Specs and Tucker, who face a red faced demon in Dalton's room. Elise explains that Dalton is not in a coma. He was actually born with the ability to astral project, doing so in his sleep, believing that he was just dreaming. At first, Josh is skeptical, but learns that he too had the ability to astral project as a child, and doing so again may be the only hope to saving Dalton. With the help of Elise, Josh astral projects and brings Dalton home, where the family celebrates their victory over the red faced demon. That is, until Elise realizes that Josh may no longer be who he claims to be. The movie ends with Josh killing Elise and Renee discovering the truth that Josh was unsuccessful in his return back to the real world.
This movie has the same faded green tint as Twilight.
Uh, I didn't notice that at all.
100%. Not in like the last act, but like when they're like at the house and it's just like a haunted house story. I was like, this is Twilight. Like this, it just looked the same.
Oh, I didn't notice that at all.
Green tint.
I definitely thought that this movie was a cinematic improvement over Saw
Okay.
because that's James Wan, right?
Yes.
That was a relevant thing for me to say. Right? Like it's
Yes.
okay.
Yes, Saw was also made by James Wan and Lee Wanell.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And Lee Wanell is in this movie.
He is also in Saw. Yes.
He is?
Yes, Lee Wanell
Oh.
plays Adam in Saw.
Oh.
Like literally one of the main characters.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you're so right. Yeah, Lee Wanell is definitely in Saw. Whoops.
Don't do
That was a
this to
long
me.
time ago.
It was. But yes, he was in Saw. He's in this as Specs.
Cutie.
I love him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I think he's just like he's an excellent writer, and he's super underrated because I feel like James Wan kind of gets all the credit for the movies that they've done together. Which like I don't want to like diminish the director's job. It is an important job, but like the story has to be good first, and
Yeah.
he's the one writing them. He's written a lot of like movies, at least I think are good.
Well, the two that I've seen have been good.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly. We'll discuss it, but you
well,
know,
yeah.
we'll watch more too. He wrote the
No
first three
spoilers.
Saw movies, which you can honestly stop after the third one and you'd be completely fine.
Is Amanda not in
um,
the fourth and fifth and however many there are?
no, that's not like the reasoning. They just kind of
Oh.
get it's a lot. After
Is she?
the
Is
plots
she
get
not in them?
pretty convoluted. I won't say. You can find out.
Oh.
You can Google it after we're done, like I know you will. Uh,
I mean, I'm literally already Googling it.
um, But yeah, he wrote the first four Insidious movies. I think the only one he hasn't written is the newest one that just came out. He did the Invisible Man remake, which was we'll watch it, but we're
Oh,
good.
that's a horror movie?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Dead Silence. That's like it's not a good movie, but it's a great movie. You know what I mean?
Oh. Yeah, yeah, okay.
It's one of those that like you kind of well, I'll let you make your own decision when you watch it,
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
but anyways, I'm a fan of Lee Wanell. All that is just to say that.
Are you a fan of Insidious?
Not necessarily. um it's a fine movie. It's a fine movie. The Insidious and The Conjuring are like the same to me. Where it's like I think they're a fine movie. I kind of understand like why they appeal to a mass audience, but they are not for me.
Okay.
What about you?
You're
Oh,
you're being nicer than I intend to be throughout
okay.
this episode.
You hated it.
This movie had me in the first third.
The last act.
I was shitting and pissing. I was so fucking scared. Um, like the scene where they go upstairs into Callie's bedroom and there's just a guy there?
Mhm.
Are you kidding? And then they started astral projecting. Like, fuck off. They just explained it. Like, what? Why'd they have to explain it? Don't explain it. It was so much scarier when I didn't have to think about astral fucking projection. You know?
Yes. And I would
I,
agree. And I think a lot of people agree that like the last act of this movie is not strong.
no,
Um
no.
so yeah, I 100% agree. I think the haunted house aspect of it is fun. I like that they did something different. Like it's not the house that's haunted, it's the people. So like that age old like just
Right.
move thing like doesn't work because it's still with you. So I like that.
I feel like even I've seen
But
that
yeah.
though.
Okay.
Right? I couldn't tell you
Have
what
you?
movie.
I've seen that before. But I want
Wasn't
to say
that
the movie
original?
that I'm other think that I'm the other one I'm thinking of came after this. So,
Oh.
but
Here's I charted this.
okay.
Here's my enjoyment over time of this movie.
Great.
From the beginning up until the first time you see the red-faced man,
Mhm.
lipstick man.
Sure. You're doing great.
I'm just gonna I'm just not gonna call him that anymore.
Yeah.
Very good. Gets better over time. I was hooked.
Up. It's going up.
It's going up.
Got it.
I was fucking scared. I can't tell you how scared I was. At that point, it was like a 4.5. Elaine, all like below the screen. There.
Okay.
Elaine shows up, immediate drop.
Because of her specifically or
Her specifically. And then it was pretty flat for a while. Like, okay, I could still be into this.
Also,
And
can
then
I just clarify? Are you talking about Lorraine or Elise?
look, wait, wait,
There's two women
Elaine,
in here. You said Elaine, and I'm wondering if you're mixing the two women
Lorraine and
together.
Elise
Yes.
collectively, both of
Collectively
them,
as
both of them.
soon as they
But
show
no,
up.
Elise,
Okay, don't shit on Lin Shay. I won't stand
no,
for it.
and it wasn't the actress. It was not the sorry, Elise.
Got it. It was
Sorry,
the
it was not
character.
the character and like the whole premise of like lady. But I was dealing with it, and then red faced man shows up again, and it's way back up here.
Hmm.
And then we learn about astral projecting, and I'm like, well, okay. And then red faced man is under the bed, scare the shit out of me. Oh my god, I'm back into the movie. And then red faced man crawls across the wall.
Yeah.
That was shit. And then the rest of the movie, I didn't
I think that's a fair assessment.
Thank you. I even drew it.
Perfect. I like that. I like that a lot. Um, I mean, at least it was scary for a while.
Yeah. I really wish this movie had ended after 15 minutes. It would have been
15.
perfect.
That's all it took? The kid had
That
barely
was
bonked his head at that point.
true. Okay, true. But no, if it had ended right when Elise showed up,
Hmm.
that would have been good.
It
Also,
was.
at the end, like just just was too like some of that should have been cut out.
Yeah.
They explained too much. I didn't need to see the picture.
Okay. This is why this and The Conjuring are the same to me. Because in the climax of the film, when this huge like thing is happening, I get bored. It goes
Yeah.
on for too long. The whole exorcism and Conjuring and the whole astral projection scene in this movie. Like, I literally found myself just tuning out and I was trying to pay attention. But it happened to me the first time I watched it. It happened to me now. And it's
Yeah.
the reason why I've never seen any of the sequels. Like,
I don't blame you. So two things. If we had never seen The Further, right? That's what they called it, The Further.
yeah.
If we had never seen is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay. If we had never seen that, would have been better. Leave that up to the imagination. Just like have like, like one of those iconic scenes of like the person like being possessed, you know? I
Yeah.
would watch Patrick Wilson have a seizure any fucking day.
Well,
What does it for me doesn't necessarily do it for you.
true.
And then if the whole movie had just cut off after Elise takes the picture and goes, perfect ending. That would have been a perfect ending.
Yeah.
It would have left it open a little bit to interpretation, except you would have known, oh God, that's not really Josh.
I think if when he like handed her the photos, it actually the first time zoomed in on his hand so you could see. And then when she like took the picture, it ended.
Oh,
Because it
I
didn't
didn't
really like
even need the
show.
black hands. I didn't even need that.
See, I feel like it just would have been like a little bit, you wouldn't have had to do the whole flashback thing, which it literally had just
Yeah.
happened. Like that was weird. Some of the
Yeah.
editing choices were choices.
Yes. They felt a little saw.
It did feel, which Saw was like a little bit lower budget. So you kind of like, they were both low budget, but like, you kind of understand it. They had to just shake a car in a studio. They couldn't do a chase scene. But
Yeah.
like this one, you didn't have to make the mom's voice echo every once in a while. That was weird. That was a weird choice to
Yeah.
do. Or like the weird slow-mo part at the end when they like think that they're done and like Specs and the other guy are just like standing outside and Specs just like slow it was a slow-mo shot of him like turning.
Yeah.
It just little things
Yeah.
like that. I was like, this was a decision that was made by
Hmm.
multiple people, and it wouldn't be a decision that I would make making a movie.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. Yeah, I totally agree. Some of the, it just, it was almost like it was four different movies in one. Like not only from like a story perspective, but also from like a production perspective. There
Mm.
were just so many different like techniques used and like I don't know. To your point, like some of it looked like Twilight and some of it looked like Saw and I mean I didn't think it looked like Twilight, but it definitely looked different than the end. Yeah, I don't know. It just didn't do it for me. And I
Yeah.
sound angry and that's because I am.
Oh, well, she is fair.
I was just really looking forward to like finally being like really scared.
Yeah.
And I was for a long time. And then just halfway through the movie.
I think that it's honestly the same thing happened to me like when I watched The Conjuring the first time. Like most of the way through, I was like, oh, this is suspenseful. The whole, clapping shit. I was like, okay, okay, what's gonna happen now? And then they showed the guy on top of the dresser, and I was like, well, I'm gonna head out.
I do think that the red face person was pretty scary looking.
Okay.
Like, that was good, probably practical, scary.
Yeah, I think most of them, I mean, I can't
Hello?
imagine. Hello?
Did you see that bug just attack me in the head?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
um, yeah, I can't imagine that a lot of CGI was used because everything looked like people. None of the ghosts
Mhm.
were ghosting. They
Nope.
just looked like dudes.
Yeah.
um, I mean, it is a lower budget. It's crazy to think that like 1.5 million is low budget, but it is in the movie world.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, they're not ghosting. They just look like people dressed up. I think I liked the shots better, like when they're talking about how Josh, the parents' mom, went in, like she had the dream about going into the kid's room and there was the demon standing in the like corner.
Yeah.
That was a better aesthetic for me personally because it was kind of just
Yeah.
an outline. You could just see that it wasn't human. Like you
Mhm.
didn't have to like see the details of a guy wearing a costume. Like that
Yeah.
worked better for me.
Yeah. Um, and the, like, whole concept of drawing from Elise's visions,
Hmm.
where she's the only one that can see it, like, the viewer can't see it,
Yeah.
and then they draw it, and, like, you're suddenly seeing she's seeing like, that was spooky.
Yeah, I liked that.
That was a fun take. Did not like the crawling on the wall.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, that doesn't resonate well in horror movies. I don't, because
It always just
Barbarian, not
kind of looks
Barbarian.
goofy.
Yeah,
Hereditary.
Hereditary had that too. It's just, like, comical.
Yeah.
This wasn't comical because I was still shitting and pissing from when he was under the bed,
Mm.
but
That got you, huh?
and, like, chasing the kid. Oh, yeah, that
There's a lot yeah, it does. It's got a lot of like jump scares in this one.
yeah.
Isn't this like we talked about it episodes and episodes ago? You like looked up a list of like top jump scares in movies, and I swear this one was the number one jump scare. And it's because
Yeah.
and then I went on that whole rant because it's the one where the red demon's behind Patrick Wilson. They're sitting at the
Yep.
table, and like it just cuts to him, and he's just right there. And
Yep.
people lose their goddamn minds about it, and I will never understand it. It was in the trailer. You knew it was coming. You knew it was coming.
Yeah. I literally did this when I saw them at the table, I did this
Because you knew.
because I
You
knew it was coming.
knew. It was so
But
obvious. It that part never scared me. And I
yeah.
still to this day am baffled at how people were like scared by that.
I mean, I was scared by a lot of the jump scares.
Okay.
Not that one because only because I knew it was coming. But, like, I would get how if you didn't know that was coming, it would be spooky.
Yeah, that's fair. If you never saw the trailer and then you watched it,
Yeah.
that could be scary.
But who's watching a movie without watching the trailer? Come on.
No, I've seen quite a few movies without watching the trailer because sometimes, especially with horror, it gives away a lot. So then it's like,
Yeah.
so I kind of
I
like going into horror movies at least blind.
guess
I've
that's
found
fair.
I
I don't
enjoy them
watch
better.
Yeah, I don't watch I guess I don't watch the trailers.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about
Other
the
than
people who
that
were
one,
talking about this when this came out. Those people all saw the trailer.
you'd think, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. For me personally, I think a lot of the jump scares in this movie are like kind of predictable. Like if you've seen enough horror, there's clues to tell you when something's gonna happen. So like a lot of the times when I was watching this for the first time, I was like, well, something's gonna happen. Like
Well, yeah, that's like the suspense of it, right? Like you know something's gonna happen, and then it happens and it still scares you.
but I think it doesn't ever scare me as much as if did not see it coming at all.
Oh.
Because I think if I hadn't seen the trailer, the demon just like being there, that was not expected. Like that's not a jump scare that you would predict happening.
Okay.
Whereas like when one of the like worker guys is in the hallway and he's like flipping through the camera lenses.
That
That was
was yeah.
obvious. Like you
Yes.
know that he's gonna flip it at some point and there's gonna be something there.
Yeah,
So
true.
like that's one where it's like a very obvious moment of something's gonna jump out.
Yeah.
Whereas like them just switching between views and that becoming the norm
In
of that
broad
scene,
daylight.
right,
Yeah.
is not a moment where that's a moment you let your guard down and you're kind of like, okay, they're just talking right now. We're just getting exposition. Boom,
Yeah.
something's there. So I could see that
So,
happening if I didn't see the trailer and knew that it was coming.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's exactly the point, is that if you did not know that that scene was going to happen, it would have been very,
Yeah,
yeah,
100%.
sad.
You know,
Kind of a missed opportunity.
hashtag believe women, by the way.
What? Why?
I'm just gonna keep saying it until horror movies believe women.
What do you mean?
She was losing her goddamn mind, and even though the husband was supportive, you could see in his fucking eyes he didn't
Oh,
believe
that he
her.
didn't believe her? Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah.
I do like Rose Byrne though. I think she's like a little underrated. She's been in
Um,
quite a few things that I've enjoyed her in.
yeah, what else is she in?
She's in Bridesmaids. She's in The Internship. She was
Oh,
in
yeah.
Neighbors. She's in Bridesmaids.
Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, yeah, Bridesmaids.
Oh, yeah.
Troy. Get into the Greek.
Yeah, she's been in quite a bit.
Yeah, she has.
I feel like I always enjoy her in things.
Yeah.
But her accent 100% slipped out at one point when she was like yelling at the husband, Patrick Wilson's character. She's like, "You don't believe me. You don't believe me." It was like Australian.
Oh, no. I didn't even notice.
Purely. And I won't
And I
stand
also
for
did
it.
not know she was Australian.
Oh, well, now I'm about to blow your mind. I won't stand for it because Lee Wanell was standing right there and he is also Australian and you never heard it once.
Oh, had no idea he was either.
Exactly.
That's so funny.
He does a really good American accent, though.
I guess so. If I didn't even know.
There you go. A regular Hugh Laurie, if you will.
Yeah. He's the goat.
The goat, for sure.
Definitely. Um, Jenna Ortega's in this too.
Is
Plays
she?
Annie, I guess. Is
What?
she? She plays Annie. Maybe it's not the first movie.
I don't
Maybe
think
it's.
that's the first movie.
Oh, is it the most recent movie?
Probably. Yeah, no, I don't think she's in this one.
Darn.
You're just fucking making shit up, huh?
Yeah, I am. She's in one of them.
She's in the second one.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. That.
Hmm.
Ethan Hawke turned down the role of Josh in
Oh,
this
he's too
movie.
spooky.
He's what?
He's too spooky. He spooks me out. He make
Well, you have to talk into the mic.
He's creepy.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I think because of the black phone.
Oh, I didn't mind that mask if I'm being honest.
We know.
um, but also, guess who else was considered for the role of Josh?
Killian Murphy.
No,
Damn it.
better.
I don't know. Better than Killian Murphy?
Yeah,
Wait. I don't know.
Brendan Fraser.
You're joking. Wow, that is better.
I know.
Too bad. What a missed opportunity. Although I do really love Patrick Wilson.
Yeah, I think he does good. He does a great job in this movie, and I think this kind of started like him and James Wan's working relationship. He was in Conjuring a couple years later. They did Aquaman together.
Oh, this came out before
Hmm.
whatever you just said? Conjuring? I forgot. Conjuring. I was going to say The Exorcist, but that's wrong.
Yes, The Conjuring was 3 years later. This was
Oh, I thought it was
2010.
the other way
Conjuring was
around.
2013.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And Aquaman, huh?
And Aquaman, which I had no idea either of them were involved in those movies, if I'm being
Yeah,
honest. But
yeah. I think Patrick Wilson plays Aquaman's dad.
Aquaman has a father?
Yeah, like
That
Poseidon, god of the sea. I
Poseidon?
I think I could be making
No.
shit up.
They don't
For
have Greek mythology in Marvel movies. Don't lie to
just,
me.
no, I'm pretty sure they do. First of all, second of all, the only time I've ever seen Aquaman was while I was actively in labor, giving birth. So I could be wrong.
Oh, okay.
Let me see. I want to look. Patrick
Aquaman's dad
Wilson.
is Thomas Curry, a lighthouse keeper.
No, wait. Okay, wait. um, first of all, he's in Phantom of the Opera. Goat. Um,
Sorry.
wait, who's he? Wait, Patrick Wilson, Aquaman. He plays
It's just a lighthouse where you're like his dad's Poseidon. He's just a lighthouse keeper.
Ocean Master. He plays Ocean Master. I almost said Ocean Man. It's
Why does this movie have the worst names for heroes ever? Just Waterman and Ocean Guy. Like what? It's
like
so
Mermaid
uncreative.
Man and Barnacle Boy.
That's even more creative than Ocean Man and
Ocean
Aquaman.
Ocean Master.
Oh,
Ocean
Ocean
Master.
Master. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Anyway. See,
Anyways,
there it is. When you look up Patrick Wilson on Google, the first picture that pops up is red-faced man right behind him and his
it's
stupid face.
everywhere.
It is. They just purposely want to ruin the movie.
Yeah.
Anyways, how scary do you think it was?
Like a 1.5.
Okay.
I think there was like one jump scare that I was like, oh, okay.
Which one?
I don't remember now. I think it was maybe the under the bed. I can't remember. I literally watched this movie 4 hours ago. Already
Same.
gone. Already out of my mind.
Oh my god. You know what? Actually, what scene really got me
What?
was the alarm when the alarm went off.
Mm.
And he closes the door, he turns off the alarm, and then the alarm is back on, and he goes back downstairs, and the door's open. I perished.
You want to know something kind of, this is a whole sidebar, but something like that kind of happened to me once.
No. No way.
Yeah, it did.
What?
Okay, so we had slept like in a tent in our backyard one night. It was summertime, like we were children. And so the next morning we were cleaning out the tent. And so my sister, me and our friend were like outside just cleaning it out. My sister's like, "Hey, go get us a towel." So I go inside and I go upstairs to like our towel closet, which was right next to the bathroom. And the bathroom door was shut. And I was like, "That's weird. We don't shut the door unless like someone's in there, right?" So I just like grabbed the knob to turn it open and it was locked. And so I was like, someone's in our house because I was like 12 and scared. And so I run outside and I'm like, I go to my sister. I'm like, bitch, someone's inside. Like the upstairs bathroom door is locked. And I swear I like had saw like a shadow move in there too. So I was like convinced, right? We go back upstairs and the door is wide open. And I lost my goddamn mind. It was the
Oh my
most scared
god.
I think I've ever been in my life. I was like, someone's in our fucking house. And my sister didn't believe me. Our friend didn't believe me. They were like, you're fucking with us. I was like, no. They didn't believe me until we heard like metal on metal in our crawl space in the basement. So my sister was like, holy shit. We all like grabbed fucking knives and we're like, we gotta go because my aunt lived like down the street. So like we got to go to her house, call the like 911 and go. We got to get out of here. So we're like we make our way out and my sister's like maybe we're overreacting. She goes to turn back inside and she sees our like curtain shut. So we go all the way back down to our cousin's house because we're like, he's home. Like, we know he's there. We get there. He's not there. And that's when it clicked that he had went back to our house and him and his friends were fucking around trying to scare us and like
Oh my
succeeded.
god.
We met them like halfway back down the road and they were just cracking up and my sister just straight up like starts biting my cousin
Oh
because she was
my god.
feral. But it was literally, yeah, because it was my sister and my cousin just started like, she just started going at him. She was so pissed. And then one of his friends was also our friend's little brother. So they started going at it. And then their other friend and me were just like standing off to the side, like, this is fucked up.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so that's the story of a door being shut and then being open.
Well, case in point, what I was saying earlier, had you not
Scary.
told me that it was your cousin and just said we never knew who it was, that would have been
Terrifying.
the scariest thing you ever said to me.
Oh, 100%. It would have been the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. Anyways, back on to the movie because that was a whole ass fucking sidebar. How scary did you think it was?
Well, I did some math
Oh, okay.
because for about a third of the movie, it was a 4.
Okay.
And for 2/3 of the movie, it was a 1.
Okay.
So together that makes 6 and there's 3/3, so
Two.
2.
Yeah. I know how math works. Great.
I mean,
I
maybe
was
it should be a
following
little
along
higher
there.
because that was a strong 4, maybe a
Okay.
4.5 even, but yeah, I'll give it a 2.5.
There.
Fuck math.
Yeah, fuck math, honestly. How sexy did you think it was?
0. 1. 1. Not sexy at all. Even though I do love Patrick Wilson.
Hmm.
Trying too hard. You?
I mean, I can't, but I would give it like a 1.25.
Not
I don't
allowed.
know.
For what?
I
Can't
wouldn't
even
say
think of
like
anything.
I don't know, like the red-faced demon doesn't do like a little something something to you.
Not now that I know what he's called.
Oh, yeah. You have a real big problem with the lipstick-faced guy. Do
Yep.
you want to
Don't
tell the
like
people
that.
why?
Do I?
I mean, I wish you hadn't told me, but that makes me think that yeah, you should because if I have to listen to it, I think everybody should.
Yeah, well, a tube of lipstick is what some people in the veterinary community call a dog's penis. So I don't like that word,
Yeah,
especially as it relates to someone's face.
fair.
Thank you.
More of a personal problem, but fair.
No, now it's everyone's problem.
But now
I
now
am making it everyone's
it's
problem.
everybody's problem now.
uh, so 1.25, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna make it difficult on you.
What is that? A 1.12 or something?
I
1
don't
point
know.
or a 1.125
You
average?
can uh round down if you need to.
Thank you. Thank you. How fucked up did you think it was?
Like a one,
Okay.
1.5 maybe. I don't know. It's a kid. Guess that's a little fucked up.
And a baby.
Nothing happens to the baby. The
Who
baby's there for
when
like 30 minutes and then you don't even hear about it for the rest of the movie.
Okay, but the whole baby monitor scene and then he yells through the baby monitor and it wakes
Mm.
her up and she just like screams?
Yeah, but that's just like a baby's just scream sometimes.
Not like that.
Kind of.
No. What experience do you have with babies?
Well, you never heard a baby just blood curdling scream because they want their mom or some shit?
Oh, not like that. They had to have done something to her. I just cringe at the thought of what they did to make her scream like that. They only took 3 weeks to film this entire movie.
That's true.
So, like, they weren't waiting around for her to make that noise,
It's 2010. By then, you gotta have babies screaming on a soundboard, right?
I guess.
You gotta have
I
stock
guess that's true.
sounds for that at that point.
I would hope so. But yeah, no, I gave it a 2 because of the baby and the children.
Fair.
Everything else was pretty tame
Yeah.
and pretty ruined by astral projection.
Well, I feel like I could guess what your overall score is, but why don't you go ahead and tell us?
A 2. What did you think I was gonna say?
I was gonna guess either a 2 or a 2.5.
No. 2.
Okay.
Solid. I mean, you were close. 2 or 2.5 is close to 2, I suppose.
All right.
What did you give it?
Well, why did you give it a 2?
Oh, I mean, I feel like I've been very straightforward, very forthcoming about why. But I mean, if I got to explain it again.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. I gave it a 2.5.
Okay.
It's not my favorite, and it's a fine movie. It honestly, like, yeah, we kind of shit on it a lot, but like, it's not that bad of a movie. Like, it's fine. The last act, I love you,
Last
Lee Wama,
half.
but it wasn't great. Um, and yeah, I don't know. I kind of understand why a lot of people love it. Like I said, it's the same as The Conjuring. Like, I get why this appealed to the masses. Um, but I guess I'm just like not like other girls. No, I'm kidding. It's just like it's not a movie that's for me. But the fifth one just came out, so clearly I'm in the minority. People love this series. So there you go. Sometimes that's all you need.
Well, we'll disagree with the masses on this one. Sorry, James
Sorry, James, and
and Lee.
still love you guys. All right, well, would you survive?
Yeah.
I love it. That was the most confident you've ever said it.
Yeah, I mean, nothing bad happens to anyone in this movie.
Elisa's dead.
Oh, well, I don't know how to, like, determine whether or not someone's a demon, so I wouldn't have guessed that he was,
Hmm.
you know? And
Yeah.
then he wouldn't have had to kill me.
Ooh.
And I don't know how to astral project, so I wouldn't have been astral taken over. Mm. You know?
Yeah, I do know. Yeah.
Would you survive?
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm not dying to a ghost or a demon. Like, sorry. Get wrecked. I'm better. I don't know what to tell you. Like,
gotta you're gonna let your guard down. They'll get you.
tell him to stop on my Ouija board. Hey, hey, knock it
I said
off.
goodbye. uh,
Uh,
well, can't love all of them.
you really can't. It's a hit or a miss, you know?
Most of them are hits.
We
Yeah.
haven't rated one below a 2.
Yeah.
We will. But we haven't yet.
I can't wait.
We
Let's
gotta
do
get
a
some real
one next
stinkers
week.
in here.
Yeah, seriously.
All right, do you want to guess the plot of the next the movie for next week?
Yes.
Okay, it's actually going to be a newer one. I haven't seen it either. Talk to me.
Wait, so why aren't you guessing?
Because I like it when you guess and then I'll guess. Because I always feel
Okay.
like I've seen more content of it than you have.
I've seen nothing. I have my
Right.
husband has seen more content about this movie than I have because he was the one who told me to see it.
I like it. I like it. All right, tell me what Talk to
Um,
Me is about.
okay. So it's about a girl named Denise,
Mm-hmm.
probably,
Probably.
who she's in college.
Mm-hmm.
She's younger. She's in college and she meets a guy who she's into. And she goes to his house and his family are mute.
Okay.
And like they do some creepy stuff, like just like creepy stuff, sort of creepy, you know? But like not like necessarily plot thickening creepy
Mm-hmm.
until she really starts seeing this guy and she spends the night at his house and she hears voices and it's the family and they're like plotting on how to kill her, how to sacrifice her.
Oh my God.
And she tells the boyfriend, hashtag believe women,
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't believe the woman.
Of course, they never do.
So she she tells the boyfriend, like, hey, your family who doesn't speak has been speaking and they're plotting to murder me. And he's like, that's ridiculous. There's no way. And then they all kill her.
Rip.
Yep.
Poor Denise.
Yeah. He should have believed her, but also he planned to kill her.
Whoops.
You.
See, that's why I let you go first because I know that that's not what it's about. So
Oh. But that sounds like a good movie. I'm gonna write that one down.
sounds fantastic.
Yep.
Honestly, similar to another movie I'm thinking about, but
What movie?
we'll get there eventually.
Okay.
So I think Talk to Me is about a group of friends who, what I've gathered from the trailer that I have seen because it's unavoidable on TikTok, is that they find this hand that allows them to communicate. Yep, that allows them to communicate to the dead if they touch it.
Like
You
a
like
monkey paw.
kind of, yeah. So you like kind of hold its hand. It's like a human hand though from the trailers. So you hold it and then you're allowed to like communicate to the dead. And so I think it like becomes this like thing that they do and it starts off all fun and cute and then I'm assuming someone takes it too far or it like gets to a point where they can't stop and they get like trapped and then they probably start getting like possessed or something and then, big bad ghost demon kills almost all of them. Probably like a survivor or two.
That sounds spooky.
It sure does.
Is it a comedy?
I don't think so.
Not even a little bit?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Oh, all of a sudden you love horror comedies.
I just like a little bit of diffusion in my horror.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. There might be like a joke. Who's to say? Not me. I haven't seen it.
Well, we're about to.
That was your cue. Come on. You say it every time.
Bye.
Yeah. There it is.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for today. If there are any movies you'd like to hear us talk about or you'd like to traumatize me with, please let us know in the comments or shoot us a DM on our socials at Killer Cuties Podcast.
Thanks so much for listening. Next week, we are going to be talking about A24's Australian supernatural film, Talk to Me. We hope to see you then. Bye.